Hey there, toy collector friends and Doctor Who fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the time-travelling toy collector, and this is not a toy, but it is time-travelling. It's the latest instalment of my look at collecting the collection of Doctor Who, the complete archive of Doctor Who, classic and beyond. And in this instalment, we're looking at season 22. So first of all, some great news. After an epic drought of information, we've finally been told that the collection season 20 is going to be the next release. We haven't got a release date yet, but that news dropped shortly after I did season 19. So that's good news. So as soon as that comes out, I'll default to that one as the most recent release. In the meantime, I'm going to carry on going through the first complete seasons of each of the Doctors that I've got already released. At that which interrupting it, as I said in the last video, interrupting it to insert any new entries, and then we'll go back to the beginning and infill all the missing ones, continuing to stop as a new one is released. That way it breaks it up. Otherwise we're going to have a sudden run of John Pertwee, or a sudden run of Tom Baker, an extended run of Tom Baker for over half a year potentially. So breaking it up this way should mean it is at least, if you're watching them as they're published, a little bit more diverse in terms of the Doctors, at least to start with, and for as long as possible. So that's some good news. So here we are. This is season 22. It's the first full season featuring the 6th incarnation of the Doctor as played by Colin Baker. The colour scheme here, everything you're getting here is the epitome of the 80s. It's very, very colourful, very brash. What more can I say? Again, for anyone who's not familiar with this series of videos, I'm not going to review the content. I'm not going to review the quality of the content. This is purely a look at the physical media from a collection point of view, from a collectible point of view. So we'll take a look at the box. The box art, what it's translates into in terms of what you'll get inside. And also, of course, we'll take a look inside at this limited edition packaging, because one of the beauties of this, certainly the archive material, is that it comes in this really lovely limited edition variation, which has got some, I like to think of it as sort of the classic TARDIS interior hue. You know, particularly predominant in the, I would say, in the 80s, but it also does have some lovely new features recorded specially. And yep, it's a bit of a I say it every time, and people say it every time they see a new one released. It is a considered purchase, that is undeniable, but you get quite a lot of bang for your buck. And yes, some people may have these on DVD already, or on in some cases Blu-ray, not so much this set. But for a lot of people, it's their first chance to collect a curated set of classic Doctor series episodes. So I think it's a really great mechanism. I think it's lovely. We've had confirmation that the branding is going to stay the same, even though the TV series branding is going to change slightly. Apparently it's been confirmed that the collection branding will stay the same for consistency's sake, which I think is an absolute dream. So here we have some, this is the slip cover, which as those of you who've stuck with me so far know, I keep on there just so it keeps those corners and the bottom of it. It's not, I mean, there's nothing there to write home about, but it keeps the bottom nice and clean and protected from any roughs and scuffs. This has 6 complete series in here. Attack of the Cybermen, Vengeance on Varos, Mark of the Rani, 2 Doctors, Time Lash, and Revelation of the Daleks. And here is, I'm not going to go through all of these, but here is, you can pause and have a look, but here's everything you get with this, which are new to this. You also get all the extensive special features that were previously released on the DVD, so you don't miss anything by collecting this. If you didn't get the original DVD releases. However, if you did, all of this is new, plus of course you get the upscaled quality to Blu-ray, etc, etc, etc. As I say, I'm not looking at the content particularly, but I think I do like to make the point that, you know, people are aggrieved sometimes and they think, oh, the BBC or whoever are trying to fleece them for more money. Well, they're a business, they need the money to keep functional. So I have to sort of forgive them a bit for that. But actually, the amount of love and attention that's poured into this collection, I think, you know, it is worth it. That said, the season 20 that's just been announced, I think it's in excess of 50 quid, so £50 to pre-order. That may come down at point of release, but it is equally one of the biggest sets so far to be released. It also includes, I think, a couple of versions at least of the 5 Doctors 20th anniversary special. So it's a bigger set, so it comes with a bigger price tag. But even so, people, again, you'll be rolling your eyes and smirking because you knew it was coming. But it is such a clean and efficient way of storing this physical collection. You know, for this season, I've got the DVDs, and it easily takes up this plus itself again. So for me, it's a real investment because, again, look at the artwork. I'm going to take the slip cover off now, but the artwork for this is absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at that. I think it's all Lee Binding's work. But we get the Doctor. We get this fantastic swirling backdrop. We get all of the key villains. There's the Rani. You've got Sontarans. You've got Sil. You've got Cybermen, Daleks. Oh my goodness, they're all on the cover, and you know they throw a lot at this season. And it's a bit maligned because it's from a difficult and challenging time in the Doctor Who classic series chronology, and I get that. But if you take it for what it is, you know, a historical collection of the show's 22nd year, if you like, then I think it's really good. Now, we also know that traditionally the back has got a picture of the TARDIS whizzing through the time-space vortex. This is no different. A little bit of a spoiler. In one of the episodes within, quite early in the series, the Doctor tampers with the chameleon circuit trying to fix it, allegedly. And this is one of the results. The TARDIS transforms into this. So it is true to its heritage. This is a TARDIS. This is a picture of the Doctor's TARDIS flying through the vortex. It just isn't perhaps the TARDIS you were expecting. Or certainly not the actual shell of the TARDIS. So anyway, you got that on the back, which I think is quite amusing. But then, you know, I'm easily amused. And we then open it up for the great interior work. And again, I've talked about this before. The interior of this is lovely. Of course, you get all of the discs, which again, I'm not going to take them all out, but each of the discs got lovely illustrations on the discs, shots from the individual episodes, and you know, there's Patrick Troughton and Fraser Hines as the Jamie and Doctor, the Jamie and Doctor. Oh my goodness, as the Doctor and Jamie, the second Doctor, that is. And there we go, all the way back through to the end. So they're lovely, held in there pretty securely. And then the element that I, of course, really like is this illustration. Let me just turn around slightly to get that in for you. It is the beautiful illustration that comes on the pouch here. And as ever, we get the TARDIS with the Velcro split down the centre. So it always looks like it's the doors we're opening, which I think is a really nice touch. I mean, it's, you know, it's a nothingness, but I think it's really nice. It's a nice attention to detail. And if you had to sum this collection up, and that's all of the ones they've released so far, and I'm hoping all the ones that are still to come, it's the attention to detail. It's beautiful. So it really is a depiction of the love that is shown by fans, content creators, who've grown up with the show, want to show it the love that it deserves and warrants, and perhaps didn't have all the time during its original run. And this is poured into this collection set, so it really is a joy. So here we have the Doctor in his funeral attire. If you want to understand that, you're going to need to watch some of the episodes. But we can split the panel here. Again, open it up, and this will give us another lovely shot here So we have the Doctor and Perry surrounded by Sontarans as they come out of the TARDIS. This opens up and it gives us the booklet. So let's look at the booklet first, then we'll come back to the rest. So the booklet again has that same piece of artwork on the front. Publicity still of Colin Baker on the rear, the sort that he would be signing autographs for back when he was the incumbent of the Doctor. Slipped inside there we have another product leaflet, which we won't be looking at for the purposes of this. And again, we have this beautiful booklet, again something you don't get with the original DVD, so it's brand new. It's a breakdown of the content, the special features for all of the individual stories, plus additional artwork, behind the scenes photos, stills, and a lot of detailed information about each of the stories, the production, etc, etc. Again, I'm not going to go through all of this. There's Jason Connery, Sean Connery's son, but you get, it's really rammed. It's really rammed with a lot of quality material. Some of it's probably available elsewhere and you may have seen it before, but it's very nice again to have it curated in one place. It's very well put together. I mean, again, it sounds like I'm being a bit cliche to say how much love is shown to the series through this, but honest to goodness, I think that's really the only way to describe it. Revelation of the Daleks there, rounding off the set. Some background information. I think I skipped a page, apologies. Yep, so again, plenty of nice artwork and photos, etc, etc. So that's there, and of course we have the additional picture, which is tucked away on the interior of the pouch. And here we have the Sixth Doctor's TARDIS console room. We have a Cyberman emerging through the interior door. Halley's Comet on the scanner, relevant if you know, you know. One of the roundels been opened because the Doctor's doing some repair work on the TARDIS. It's beautiful. I think it's really, really beautiful. And pop that back in there. You can see that and close it up. Trying to get the balance right so I don't do it any damage. Seal up the TARDIS doors. Boom. And there we have the interior of the limited edition case. And then back to where we started from, with Colin on the front giving us his best Doctor look. Let's just line that back up again to the centre. So here we have, that's season 22. Maybe you've picked it up, maybe you didn't, maybe you're now wishing you did. They're out there, and of course they also do re-release these as standard edition Blu-rays. So this is of course the limited edition, slightly higher quality production value version of the box sets, but as I say, they do give you the option to get a standard edition, which is at a reduced rate, so there is something for that budget too. But I do think, you know, if you are a Doctor Who fan, if you want to see these continue, and I think they're going to continue whether you want to see them continue or not, but I think it really helps to pay into this. But obviously only if you can afford it. But I think the value for money factor is really high. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes products like this, you see things re-released and re-released. Sometimes, people say the same things about Star Wars. Star Wars and Star Trek. I was going to say Star Trek. Where things are re-released and re-released ad infinitum, and the only thing that's updating is the packaging. Well, this packaging is significantly updated, but you've also got a ton of recently specially filmed extras, documentaries, features, as well as all the original content that was available back when they were first issued, and of course are no longer available to purchase in the primary market. And a lot of people find their way into classic Doctor Who through the current series. Now, the current series doesn't produce enough episodes, I wouldn't say, although maybe I could argue with myself on that one, to sort of to have this kind of an archive collection. But they did start to produce them all on Steelbook, which is almost like the equivalent special edition version, just without a range of special edition features. So what I might do is continue forwards with the Steelbooks, as I say, just to so we get one of every Doctor in the playlist, and then go back and infill alongside, because that also then gives the collection time to catch up with a few more additional releases along the way, which, as I say, I will always default to when they are released. So season 21, as I say, is season 20 is the next one being released. So as soon as that is released, I will include that immediately. But I really love this. You probably have gathered, I really love this collection. I think it's really, really nice to see the season, including, you know, all of those seasons that maybe didn't get as much love back in the day, or then got scorn poured on them with a little bit of hindsight because they were blamed for this, that and the other. And actually, you know, it's a testament to its time. I actually like the stories of the Sixth Doctor's era. I like the stories from most of the Doctor's eras, actually. I think they're all of a period, and I think it's, if you're interested in media and the evolution of storytelling, particularly science fiction storytelling, then I think there's no greater case study than the classic and modern, but classic particularly, series of Doctor Who, because it does touch on so many genres within itself. I think, and I really appreciate that. Anyway, this was a bit of a tour around season 22 from Doctor Who The Collection. I hope you found it of interest. If you've not picked this up and you're now thinking, oh, I might try and find it, good luck. I hope you do. If you thought, oh, I'm glad I saved my money, you just got the standard edition or didn't bother at all, I love my DVDs. I hope, you know, that's also a positive outcome, because at least you've realised, well, you didn't need to spend that money after all. Either way, please drop the like for the video. It's really, really helpful. And whilst you're doing that, please click on the subscribe button, because it's a small click for you, but a gigantic step forward for the channel and for me. So that'd be really, really grateful and appreciative of that. All it remains for me to say is to thank you for spending the last 17 or so minutes with me. I've been the Time Travelling Toy Collector. You've been a fantastic audience, and this has been Doctor Who The Collection Season 22 Blu-ray Limited Edition box set. I look forward to seeing you in a future video, or indeed another video if you want to have a little peruse of the channel right now. In the meantime, take care, and remember that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Bye-bye for now.